What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ed's Quit Smoking by Vaping channel. I've come to notice that these videos are coming few and far between these days, so I apologize for that. But I take it as a good sign in a way, and there's reasons for that, which I'll get into. I'm checking in now at 6.5 months cigarette free. Now this was, man, like I can't even begin to explain how unrealistic that would seem at one point in my life where I was smoking and I went maybe a week or 2 weeks without a cigarette and it felt like a damn eternity for that matter. So this is just unbelievable, really, when I think about it, that I was able to go this long without actually having one puff of a cigarette, not even one. My last one was January 1st at around 9 p.m. that night, and best advice I can give for any new viewers that are watching this and haven't checked out my other videos, it's for me, I knew I was gonna quit at some point, right? But I didn't put all that pressure on myself this time, because I always did that in the past. Every time that I tried to quit smoking, I would basically relapse because I would put all this undue pressure on myself that, like, oh, that was the last one, that was my last puff, and then like you instantly go into kind of like a panic frenzy because you start thinking about all that, you start thinking like, oh, that's the last one I'm ever gonna have, ever. Like, it's very hard to get into that discussion with yourself, with cigarette being as addictive as it is. You just don't really see it happening, and you tell it to yourself, and I found that you wanted to believe it, but really it didn't seem like something that was going to be feasible. So what I did when I actually had my last cigarette, now I could say that, I just said, okay, let's see how long I can go without one. And that made it a lot easier for me to cope with the fact that I wasn't going to be smoking anymore. It really helped my mentality, because I wasn't putting any pressure on myself. It really it helped me gain momentum too, because I was feeling good about myself, like as I racked up the days. And then once like 10, 14 days went by, I didn't really feel like starting from square one again. I just kept saying to myself, let's keep this going, let's keep this good thing going, and let's go from there. And honestly, it feels amazing. It feels amazing. Just the fact that like I was able to do that made me realize like how, in which way I did it. Because there was a lot of times where I tried to do it the traditional ways and cold turkey methods and things like that, and it wasn't really getting me anywhere. And there's a lot of people that could do it that way, but for whatever reason, I guess I wasn't really in that realm of people. So you just have to kind of do what's best for you, and I'm sure that's why everybody picked up vaping, whoever's watching this video. And it's amazing, man. Like, I can't believe, like, if I actually count the days, I just did it now, like, it was like 183 days or something or other. So I'm like 6.5 months in. It's really crazy when I think about it that way, because before I struggled to get to 10, and I really believe that the method that I used, it actually worked, because again, like, before I had maybe a different mentality or what, or I don't know, but this time around it was actually really cool that I was able to, not put that extra pressure on myself, but also at the same time, I was very aware of what I was doing. like after a couple of weeks, I was aware that I didn't want to go back to those beginning stages for the first couple of days. Like they were hell. Like that first week was tough. Like first 2 weeks were tough. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to start all that process over again. I guess I kind of got tired of that. You know, I got tired of, you know, I don't want to say failing, but in essence, I was, you know, and I knew that, and I was being hard on myself. So that was step one. Like step one, it's like you relapse, and then no matter what no matter what you think, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure a little part of you feels a bit guilty, right? So nobody likes to feel that. So okay, you eliminate that, and not only that, but just all the added stresses and the fact that you have to start all over from square one. It's not easy, you know, and of course there's going to be times where, you know, people they slip, right? They slip for whatever reason it may be, and you know, it's not the end of the world, right? Like I really recommend not doing it, but if that's the case, just get back on track right away. Seriously, you're gonna be so happy that you did. You're gonna be so happy that you did, and instead of thinking it in a way where, you know, let's say you went, you know, let's say you went like a month without smoking and you relapsed, right? And then you had like one bad night where, you know, you went back to your old habits, you smoked a pack or what have you. Now, instead of, in my opinion, you know, in order to get back on track, you have to sort of, you have to be hard on yourself a little bit, but at the same time, you have to be easy on yourself too. So, what I mean by that is like you have to understand that okay, it's not a joke. Like, okay, it sucks that it happened, and you should feel a little bit guilty for that, you know, because at the end of the day, if you didn't really feel guilty, you wouldn't care. So, you know, so there's that, but at the same time, you have to sort of also pat yourself in the back for getting back on track again and wanting to get back on track by telling yourself instead of, oh man, I threw away 30 days not smoking. I can't believe I got to start from zero again. Yeah, you do, but at the same time, you can also tell yourself, okay, in the last 31 days, I've smoked one pack versus if I didn't quit smoking, you know, I would have smoked, let's say, 31 packs, you know? So there's ways to sort of ease up on yourself and get focused again. And I really believe, like, that was a good method for me, too, because, you know, it took me a couple of weeks when I started vaping to quit smoking, you know? So instead of thinking it like, you know, and I had my days. Like, after, like, 2 days of vaping, I smoke one day or something like that, you know, or I was, like, smoking and vaping at the same time. But instead of thinking, like, it was a failure, I just looked at it as an improvement. And, you know, I think that's important. You know, you have to sort of reward yourself. You have to pat yourself on the back for doing the right thing. You're taking a step in the right direction, and, you know, although it sucks because maybe you're not at the point you want to be at, but you're getting there, you know? So I really think that that matters. You know, and I see a lot of people on the page right now that are kind of maybe, well, not a lot of people, but a couple of people here and there that are struggling, and, you know, they go like 5, 6, 8, 9 days, whatever, and then, you know, they're back to their old ways and whatever. So I really think that, you know, you got to ease up a little bit on yourself and know that, hey, you're making progress, you're going in the right direction, and you will get to that point, you know. There is no way that, you know, you're never going to be able to do it. No. You will be able to do it. You just have to get in the right mentality and the right mindset. You know, and like I said, you know, once you do get to that point, just try to see how long you can go. And I guarantee you, once you get to like 2, 3, 4 weeks, and you don't have one, and then next thing you know, it's 2 months and 3 months and 4 months and 5 months. You know, it's a passing thought here and there. You know, there's a lot of things you could look forward to, and you need to take that in stride. You really need to make sure that the benefits, you have to make sure that takes a big place in your life, you know. So I could tell you right now, after 6.5 months not even smoking one cigarette or one puff, like, I feel great, you know. And I look at people that still smoke, and it's just, they don't really look happy, you know. Like, in a way they do, and in a way they don't. But, you know, to me, it's like they don't really look healthy. You know, like you start to see this stuff when you quit. You know, you see their eyes are a little bit different, or their skin, or you know, just their physique. You know, they're like more on the thin side most for the most part, so they don't really look. They look like kind of like malnourished or something. You know, and they just don't look right. You know, so and that's besides the fact. You know, there's also the other factors that come into play. You know, I love the fact that I don't smell like cigarettes anymore. I love the fact that my apartment doesn't smell like cigarettes. My car. I love the fact that there's no ash everywhere anymore. I like the fact that, you know, my place is not full of lighters anymore and matches, and you know, I have to constantly go and buy them, or cigarettes for that matter. And, you know, there's no more ashtrays in my place. Like, there's a lot of different things. Um, you breathe easier, you know. Vaping has just been amazing, and I'm gonna go, you know, see my doctor pretty soon. So I'll let you know once that, you know, how that goes and everything, because I'm a firm believer in you know, interaction, you know, one-on-one interaction, where I don't I don't believe all the reports about vaping and, you know, the side effects, and, you know, oh, it's worse for you, and there's all these other cancer causing. It's impossible. I mean, for me at least, I don't feel that at all. Like, I feel better than I ever felt. You know, so I'm gonna be my own guinea pig, as I always told people. You know, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. But I could just tell you from a personal standpoint right now, like, I feel great. I feel like I look a lot better. I look healthier. Even people that, you know me, they tell me that I look healthier, you know? And, you know, I'm just a little bit more of a relaxed person. Um, you know, I always have it in stride that, like, I know that when people are smoking around me, there's going to be that couple of seconds where I'm like staring at the cigarette, seeing what they're doing, remembering that I used to do that. Of course, it's gonna come, but you know, for me, it's like whenever I'm with somebody that smokes, I always give myself that extra 10 minutes, like where I'm just like, I just let it go in a way, like I just think about something else, and you know, I just get more into the conversation rather than obsessing of what they're doing. You know, like I just get more into the conversation, and the next thing you know, they're done their cigarette, and you know, afterwards, um, you smell the you smell the smoke on their breath after, and on their clothes, and it's just, I start asking myself, like, man, did I really used to do that? You know, and you don't smell it when you're a smoker. You don't, like, you smell it a little bit, right? But you don't smell it like people that don't smoke. They really smell it. And now I can really say, like, holy shit, I really didn't smell good before. And that's the truth. So you have to take all those little things, and I'm not bashing anybody. Like, I did this for 9 years, you know? But you have to take all those little things and apply it to yourself and be happy. Like, hey, I'm not like that anymore. So I'm happy about that, you know? And you'll see, like, there's tons of benefits. My cardio's better. Um, you know, you don't get, like, shortness of breath as much. You know, small thing. You catch your breath faster in a sense too, when you do some physical exercise, or you're going up and down stairs, or whatever it is. Like, you catch your breath a lot faster. It's not even like, you know, when you're smoking, you think like, man, like, I'm really out of shape, you know, or whatever, and then you quit, and next thing you don't even have time to think about the fact that, you know, you're breathing heavy, and it goes away. It's really remarkable. Like, I was like, you know, obviously I was a little skeptical about vaping, and I was wondering how much of a improvement it was really going to give me. But guys, I'm living proof right now that there's tons of benefits that you're gonna reap from, and I'm experiencing it now, and you guys will too. So just keep going, you know, keep doing your thing, however it is that it fits you. Take these tips that I gave you in this video, and just keep going strong. Just don't look back. You know, don't look back. Don't start again from square one. Don't just keep going, guys. enjoy your life in other aspects. Be proud of yourself that you've gone X amount of time without smoking. And if you do fall off the wagon, just try to put it in a way where you're not going to feel super bad for yourself and you're going to go back to smoking 100%. It's not worth it. Think of it in a different way, a different mindset, and it's going to really help you get back on track or keep going on the track that you're already on. So, anyways, just wanted to give a couple of tips to some people. I got some more topics that I'm trying to think of. If you guys have any questions or any topics you want me to talk about, just let me know. I'll be glad to do it. All right, you guys take it easy. Yeah, that's it. Keep being smoke free. Keep doing your thing. Take care.